that I'm not who I used to be. I'm not living at 17. Let's go.
Beijing today, and we are in Temple of Heaven, and it is very sunny over here today in Beijing, and it is very hot. That's why I have a cap on. The hall we went in, and those pieces kept over there, those are the musical instruments used for the ceremony. So the ceremony here, so the emperor came to this Temple of Heaven to request the heavens for a good produce over of the whole year, and like that. This is the pictorial representation of how the ceremony goes on when the empire comes to give his offerings to the god in this Temple of Heaven. And these are the vessels used to carry the cooked food in and everything. So it's like giving and using the high quality materials only for the god.
For the whole process, yeah. The fire, the smaller ones is for the offsprings, for the former emperor. The bigger one is for God of heaven. So all the offsprings, all the sacrifice have to burning during the ceremony. We call watching.
All these, one right behind me, this and these are the exhibition areas showcasing all the, like a warehouse of all the things used during this ceremony. And this is one of the exhibit area showing what goes on behind the ceremony. And then going forward, there are these long corridors and all these hallways to which the emperor walked towards the temple and things like that. This temple has 9 doors, and I guess this is one of the main door. And walking through, you can see how big this Temple of Heaven is actually. So this is the Temple of Heaven, and it is very sunny. Barely can see anything. The structure is completely made out of wood, and it has been changed the design 2 times by the emperor's key. This should be the structure of it and all like that. And there are different pillars on each layer. So there are 4 pillars which symbolize the 4 seasons, and then there are 12 for 12 each month, and then 12 for time. All around the main structure, there are these pretty flowers decorated all around. It looks so pretty, but it is so sunny as well. You can see on my face how the sun is hitting so hard. Can't really bear it, but it's fine. The entire structure is made of wood, and there is not even a single nail attached to it. It's only those wood joints, and how tall and beautiful it is. You can see there are a lot of people dressed in red to take beautiful photos in front of this architecture. And these are like probably the entrances. There's one here, and there are 2, and then there's another one that side. Little kid dressed over here for a photo shoot. One thing I missed to mention, so this whole Temple of Heaven, they use green and blue color. The reason why they use green and blue color is blue symbolizes the heaven and green symbolizes the forest or the land. So the connection between the heaven and the land. That's why this place especially has the combination of red, blue and green. And red is basically symboling of the lucky color, and that is why there is only these colors. But if you go to Forbidden City, the color scheme is different. You have gold, red, and colors like that. So everything over here symbolizes some sort of connection with the heaven and the prayers and everything. This is the Temple of Heaven. Though it is like 4,300 acres, all the other places are like gardens and parks and everything surrounded by the main prayer hall. And the main prayer hall, as I said, is a World Heritage Site. It is very significant for Beijing, for the country, and it is one of the most preserved. It is from the 14th century, like the 1400s, and it is a non-religious place. As I told you, it was just the emperor who built it as a connection between the land and the heaven, and praying to the god of heaven to fulfill their wishes for good produce, good farm. So like in summer they used to pray for rains, during winter good weather, so that harvest was possible and things like that. There's a significance of this. The red tag says it's more than 300 years old tree. So there or there 360 means this tree has been here since 360 years. And then there are few green labels like over there, which are like only hundreds of years. And there are few in purple which are more than 600. So you can understand like how old this area is and how well preserved it is. Now we are done here, and then next we are going to a famous street, and it is famous for shopping and much more. So see you there. So now we are walking in the street which leads to the older alleys of Beijing, and there are small gullies or small streets which are the Hutongs. So Hutongs are the old untouched part of the city, and they are very narrow. A car may not be able to fit through those roads. They are like those narrow alleys with those small buildings, all of them packed together, all of them in one area beside. So yeah, and Beijing, I thought it would be like a huge modern city with a lot of modern things, but comparatively it's an old city with lot of historic remains still there, not many changes, and I could say it's not that of a modern city as Shanghai, but it's good to see it. These are the Hutongs, very small alleys. So I did wanted to try Tanghulu, and we got a small one. This is what I got, strawberry, and my brother got grapes, which he's almost done. And let us see how it tastes. It's good. It is literally with sugar coated. These are the traditional dresses, so royal, so elegant. This is one of the oldest shops, been here since centuries, and look at the architecture. So that is the old street. You can see the name over there, which I don't know. So this big line is for a matcha flavored ice cream, and even they are gonna try one. So I got this famous ice cream. So there were two flavors, jasmine tea and the green tea. So I asked our guide, she suggested that the green tea tastes more good, so let us see. It's actually good. That last green tea hint flavor at the end after taking a bite, that is so good. This is the end of the street, And here, these are the railway tracks. But you know, all those trams in the olden days. And then you go straight. And there is an actual tram over here. It looks so pretty. And this is the end of day 1 in Beijing. We reached Beijing in the afternoon. It was around 2 o'clock. And then we took a little bit of rest. Then went to the Temple of Heaven. And now the streets. So that is it for today. We have 2 more days over here. I would say 1.5 days. So we're gonna go to the Great Wall of China and the Forbidden City, the Summer Palace, and it's gonna be very beautiful to see and explore a city full of history.